Oh, it's great Wednesday here in the United Kingdom. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. Welcome to the Max K Talk Show. We're back here, and indeed today our special studio guest is no other person but an advocate for social justice, formerly a U.S. Army personnel, a Liberian residing in the United Kingdom. He called himself, he's known as when Sailey, aka Christmas Sally. Many of you I think know him, right? He's our studio guest on this show tonight, this morning or this evening, depending on your time where you are. Well, it's great to be here. Happy Wednesday, happy midweek, especially to all the ladies in the house right now. I'm taking you for lunch right after the show. All the ladies in the house. Today is Wednesday. That's my treat for you. I'm taking all of you for lunch. Your lunch is on me, and you can drink anything on me as well. So stick and stay with me, just waiting for our studio guest. As soon as we get signal from him all the way there in the USA, we'll be going live to talk to him. Young man, probably with a lot to give as well. When Sailey, aka Christmas Sailey. For those of you in the Midwest, USA, we say take it easy. The advice is you should stay indoors, probably until Thursday. Take it easy. Freezing cold. The cold right now in the Midwest of the USA, as compared to the United Kingdom, what we're going through, it's tropical here. But that's how it goes, huh? What it has to do with the establishment of war and economic crime school for Liberia, they push for the establishment of a court that will bring justice through the implementation of the TRC recommendations or report. What it has to do with the $16 billion that got missing, or the $25 million that stays somehow being split into two now. We know now that it's been split into two. $25 million. Oh, yes. Whether we have to start observing and thinking about other elections across the continent of Africa, especially Nigeria. Yes, the battle and the heat is on in Nigeria right now. Campaign is on. Let's hope we got a good leader. Produce a leader. A leader, not a ruler, you know. A leader will always think about the people, not themselves. So wherever you are, welcome to the show, the Max K Talk Show. Just still trying to get in touch with our studio guest, Mr. Wayne, Sailey. Well, soon we'll be going live to the USA. I'll take this theme for now, this song from Grand Kpakio County.
Yeah.
Still waiting for our studio guests. Please bear with us. We're having some problem here.
So that the pool right now is vertical right now. Is there any way you can go horizontal?
No,
it's horizontal. I mean, yeah, it's horizontal. Can I go vertical? It's like this.
No, it's better. It's better like this. If I go vertical, it will be really, really bad. But the image is correct.
Well, let me just set it up. Okay, perfect. I'll just need a few more minutes to set it up because I set it up vertical. All right, let me just.
Yeah, the image is really good.
Okay.
Just come down a little bit so we can see your face a bit. Yeah, perfect. hello to all of my people there. It's neighbor of Grand Jude County. It's beautiful, beautiful one here. Morris King. Swanana. All right, welcome to the Max K Talk Show, all of you. It's great to be back here this Wednesday. It's great to be back. It's great that you are on this platform as well. Thanks to all of you who are still sharing the video. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. That's why I love you guys for on this platform.
I would like to share it too, please. One moment.
Yeah. And so that's why we love you guys on this platform. You come here, you don't, because the show is all about education and enlightenment and everything. Whenever you come here, you don't sit alone to watch the show. You always share. So we say we appreciate you. We love you for that very, very much. It's Wednesday. Today was the 30th of January 2019, and we got about 29 more days to go for the results of the investigation into the missing $16 billion. All right. Justice Forum, Liberia, United Kingdom. We have just written a letter to the UK, to the US Embassy and USAID, protesting for this date. We have decided to tell the embassy, the U.S. Embassy near Monrovia, and tell USAID that we are not happy with the date given, and we have asked them that we want the report to be given before the stipulated date or the date that the president made mention of. Any attempt that USAID and the U.S. Embassy will go beyond, will not pay attention to our communication and act according to it, we will be losing confidence in them, and we express it in the letter as well. So our letter is up going to them right now as we speak, because we know that right now the Secretary of State for African Affairs, we know that the report is right now on their desk. What about we that the report concerns about? So we want the state action. Let's go straight now. I think Wayne is already set up, and let's just go strictly to him so we can go into our discussion. Good evening, good morning. I think it's morning to you. Good morning, sir, and welcome to
it's morning
Talk Show.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, it's great. You have I've gone through your through a bit of pieces of information you have on social media that you share with us. You have a huge you've done huge for your community, your country you reside in, your country back home as well. We want to first of all appreciate you for that in everything that you do. I came across you during the days just before the United Nations General Assembly meeting, when I saw that video, and this young man here alone standing there with bowls and placards and sending out messages. I said, wow, this is a picture. This is standing over there. And I admired you so much. And from that day, I just said, no, we got to be friends on social media, and I started following you. So, brother, thank you so much. I posted something this morning, and which, of course, I brought in Rosa Parks. And I reminded people that a protest of substance does not mean 1,000 people can change a course of action. Oh, we just lost him. One person can change a course of action, and a positive result can come out of it. Because sat on that bus, and those days, yes, the black man or black woman, when you enter on the bus, you have to stand up. Even when you are the first that entered on that bus and took the seat when the white man or woman entered that bus, you will have to stand up. But this time around, Rosa Parks, you said, no, it's enough now. I'm going to sit on the seat, and nobody is going to sit here. Her actions yesterday, Rosa Parks' actions yesterday, changed the face of the USA today. And today, when I visit the states, I go to I go to I go to New York. I go to Philadelphia. I go to Virginia. I can sit on any seat on the bus, and nobody will ask me to move. It's all because of this wonderful lady. So, oh God, we're losing. Where is this man? We need you. We need you. Oh, stop this. Wayne, something happening. What happening? Something not going right here. Try and call back. Something not going right. Try and call back and see. Let's see, we stayed. Yeah, but I try and call. I can see you. In a way, I'm supposed to see you. I can see you that way. Alright, guys, just bear patient with us. We trying to reconnect here. All right. All right, when you two get out of the video. Okay, let me try now. Okay, yes. All right. All right, so we're gonna have wait. Yeah, so we can continue 18 minutes past the hour, 18 minutes into our program as well. So, okay. It's great.
Bear with me.
Let's hope the many callers are going to give us chance so they can, they can be interrupting us on this wonderful and interview as well. First of all, let's get to, let me see.
Yeah, I think it looks way better now.
All right, good. Let's keep the ball rolling because we know it's just in the morning there, and you gotta get going to job later on or so. But let's hope we can get something out of you. First of all, welcome. It's great to have you back. Let's get to know you first of all. Introduce yourself to us. Let's get to know you, Chief.
Well, thank you so much. My name is Sailey. Of course, I live in the United States, and born and raised in Liberia. Grew up in an orphanage home, one of the largest orphanages in the world. That's SOS Children's Village. And I was born during the war. I had a very rough childhood. And, went to school, graduated high school, went to college, and later down the road, migrated to the United States and joined the Marine Corps. And I served this country honorably. And I'm a U.S. Marine veteran. And and I have a wonderful family of 4. Yeah. I just got married over the Christmas holiday.
Wow, okay. It seems to be if you come a little bit, then we can hear you better. Now, Chris, let me take you back to Liberia first, in terms of you starting your childhood life in Liberia. How was it like? Do you have any memories in terms of how
I do.
It was before?
I do. So growing up in Liberia, especially I was born during the war, 1990, and as a child, from the day I was born up to 6 years old, I think that's April 6, 96. All I saw was war and violence, disorder, and people running in, and that was literally setting in as a normal. And it went up all the way to 2000. And I went to SOS, same thing. All I saw was war, war, and war. Anytime I saw people with guns, they was ready to kill people. And that was to me, that was what the world looks like. I felt like that's how the world's supposed to be, is normal. People are supposed to kill people. Whenever you see that thing that look like that, it means run. And whenever you see people with that, it means run. And that set in my mind as a normal. And I went to SOS when I went to SOS in 2000. I was in the other SOS student village in Grand Bassa. So while over there, there was no like shooting or anything, but I've never seen a good man with a gun. I've never seen a good man with a gun. So I went to SOS. I was in Grand Bassa village for like 3 years, and until 2000, the one they call World War III. I think the war was World War One, 2001, 2002, and 2003. But because we were all the way on that side of town, we didn't really see it so much. But when the war was coming closer, SOS Village migrated us from Bicano Village to Monrovia Village in Matadi. So I went to Monrovia Village when I was like 13 years old. And again, when we was in the bus that day going to Matadi Village, when they were transferring all the orphans and destitutes from the other village in Bassa to Monrovia again, when we reached at this checkpoint, from almost everywhere we went, there was checkpoint. We saw kids like us with guns, you know, and smoking, and we saw dead bodies. It was just horrible. And for me, that was like a new normal. That was like how the world is supposed to be. And maybe it was the will of God for me not to be there, but I know that if I wasn't going to have the kind of care that I did have, if SOS was not going to be there for me, who knows? I probably would have been a child soldier. You know, because I'm looking at it, and over the years, when you talk to some of these guys, they fought in revenge. And me being somebody who is very family oriented, I know that nobody will kick my family door down and tell my mama, you know, I'll do this, or nobody will beat my mom in front of me. I'm definitely gonna fight. So I thank God for SOS being in my life, and they saved me a whole lot. They saved my life. They saved my future. Through the grace of God. So yeah, I suffered the war mentally, emotionally, but thank God I didn't get hurt physically, and I didn't hurt anyone. Yeah. So but then 2003, my first time to see a good man with a gun was U.S. Marines. When President George Bush 2003 sent U.S. Marines to Liberia to put an end to the war, yes, that was my first time to see a good man with a gun. Because the Marines came to SOS Village, they brought snacks for us. They brought snacks. I was like, man, the soldier people, and then they're sharing food. Man, I want to be a soldier. But before then, I wanted to be a Catholic priest. So I didn't know there was U.S. Marines, but I knew there was in green, and they had guns. Some were white, some were black, some were brown. But I knew they were soldiers because they had guns and were wearing green. So I knew that one of these days, I wanted to be a soldier. Later, when I grew up in life, I figured they were U.S. Marines. So I always knew I wanted to be a part of that brotherhood. I wanted to be a Marine someday. So when I came to America, I already knew what I wanted to do with my life. I wasn't like confused like some other people. They want to try this, they want to do that. I already knew what I wanted to do with my life. I wanted to be a Marine, and I'm a Marine.
Wow, Chris, born in the midst of war, I mean, this could be a very difficult question for you, but yes, you just share with us some of the memories. But I want to ask you, did you ever celebrate Christmas, or did you ever remember happy days, a day that you share happiness with your family or so and friends?
No. But however, SOS did her best. Whenever holidays coming around, SOS would throw a Christmas party. But as a child growing up, every day is supposed to be Christmas Day. You know what I'm saying? Every day is supposed to be Christmas. You're not supposed to be worrying, even if you're having party, you're looking over your shoulders to see what's happening. And growing up in an orphanage home, you know that a bunch of kids were over 500 to 700 kids in SOS Village. We make friends. Eventually, we become one family. In fact, in SOS, we grew up as brothers and sisters. And you will see the person next to you can't eat. He's crying because his mother was murdered in front of him. And as kids, we could not do nothing about it then. We could only cry with him. But we took it personal because that's my brother now.
Yeah.
Growing up in SOS, we lived together for 10, 15 years. We grew up together. That's my brother now. And when I see him like that, it gets personal. When you reach this age of puberty, you go to the boys' dormitory and girls go to the girls' dormitory, or girls still in the family homes. Even in the boys' dorm, you see sometimes your friends would just break down. Your roommate would just go with 2 in rooms, and everybody got their own bed. Everything in the room is two. Sometimes your friends would just break down. and he just hit this world because of what the Liberian society have inflicted on him. And it hurt me so much. And even my mother, from time to time, she breaks down because this war took something from her that was so precious. And that was her youngest brother. And it was to the point that she could not do nothing but watch him die. And I took that very personal.
Was it out of war?
And was
it out of war, or was he?
Yes. He was murdered right out of BTC. Where to get BTC today? That's where he was murdered. You know, and it's crazy. It's horrible. And some of those memories is something that you wish you could just delete from your mind, not to remember them again. You know. But I thank God for Christ.
You benefited. The only thing that make you to benefit maybe because, even including myself, you managed to travel and you went through some sort of help, but it has to do through your doctor, through counseling also. There are a lot of your colleagues that you mentioned about right now. Some of the boys that stay back home. They are young adults today. What are your thoughts about them?
You know, SOS. Once again, I give God the praise, and SOS too. SOS, they hire really, you know, committed, hardworking counselors and social workers. And these guys, they do their best. Because growing up in SOS, my life could have easily turned out for the worse. I was literally growing up like a troubled teen. You know, I was always, because I always wanted to be everybody's hero. If I see somebody mess with somebody, just because he or she is disabled, or because he or she don't talk a lot, or because he or she don't have the ability to express himself, I'll say something and I'll get in trouble. So in SOS, I was always cutting grass. I was always cleaning the flowers. Those are some of the punishment we get. Or you get reduction in allowance, or you get suspended from school. But people who know me from SOS, I was always in trouble. In the Liberian, we would say buying people flour. I was always buying people flour because I just felt like that's all I could do within my reach. If you're yelling at somebody and I say, but Ente, for example, I would say, Ente Teresa, but why you yelling at him for? You can't just talk to him. Just talk to him. Don't be yelling at him. You're making him cry now. You know, in Liberia, if you're Ente, because the woman who taking our SOS, we call them mom. The one who live in the house with us, who raise us, they are our mom. And SOS hire aunties too, who come and help the mom to take care of us. So if you talk to your auntie like that, you know, in the Liberian society, that's rude. You know, your auntie yelling at the man, and then you say, auntie, don't yell at him. You're making him cry now, or start yelling at him. Then that's rude. And then I would get in trouble. But I was always standing up for people, even since I was a child. So when I started getting on the social media and speaking out, for some people who I grew up with in SOS, including the people in authority, it wasn't strange. They saw it coming. I was always that person speaking out.
You know, there's something I want to establish here. You had an opportunity amongst you guys that were at that SOS village. Today you are, well, thankfully you are somewhere you can say, well, at least I am somewhere I can extend a hand of friendship to somebody. But there are some of those guys, very, very guys you guys were in or on that compound together, who are today amongst the very, very group they are referring to as Zocos. What are your thoughts about them?
True.
Do you sometimes think and reflect?
Yeah, it breaks my heart in two. So when I went to Liberia, I met the national director. We talked, and I told him that I saw some of my brothers, and it just broke my heart in two. And we talked about alcohol and drug counseling, to open a facility for alcohol and drug counseling. He said he will launch that project this year, 2019. Hopefully by 2020 or 2021, they will have SOS will have a facility for alcohol and drug. But for right now, you know, SOS have the clinic in Congo Town there. That's one of the best hospitals in Liberia. But yeah, some of my brothers, they could not recover. Some of my brothers could not recover from what they experienced during the war. So some of them today, yes, they are Zogos. They are literally, if you go to Liberia, you will be advised not to take them home to where you are. You'll be advised, if you meet them on the street or you can meet them at somewhere, don't take them home with you. Because they just simply could not recover, and their life have turned out for the worse. And they turn to alcohol and drug and violence as a way of paying back to society for what society did to them. So they are just some angry people. Yeah, I have some SOS brothers who are just simply angry.
Wow. His name is Christmas, as we know him very, very well. He is our guest on the Max K Talk Show this afternoon, this morning or this evening, depending of the time where you are. It's great to have you, all of you. Thanks, all of you that are continuing to share the video. We're here, and the platform is exclusively for each and every one. And we invite people here to come and share whatever they have to share with us so we can be educated. Let's come to the USA. You were fortunate, you travel, like some of us as well. Some of us, like for me, I spent 10 years in the midst of the war. I grew up in the war. I saw everything. Memories are quite huge as well. But now, you're coming to the States. How was it when you arrived? Were you still being bothered by memories you left behind? How did you overcome them?
You know, I'll share that story with you. When I got in a plane that night, it was SN Brussels, and man, Liberia messed me up. You know how when you go to the bar or you go to the shop to go buy something, who yeah, and nobody behind the counter. I want towel soap. If I you know who's saying, hey, but you can't wait. When you can't buy towel soap. You see me doing so damn. The customer service is bad, and everybody is just angry in Liberia. Go to the bar, go spend your own money. You're waiting to be served, and the lady from behind the counter, the dude from the will come and yell at you for people just angry. Look, my brother, if they can do a real survey with real professionals, almost 80% of that country is mentally messed up. And some people just don't know because they haven't been diagnosed yet. When I got in the plane, when that plane took off, my man, when the plane lay back, first of all, when I saw this thing, you know, Liberia, you have to get on the bus and the bus will drive you to the plane. I said, will this plane be able to keep its butt in the air? Because like, when we see plane, we've been seeing it in pictures, in books, or we see it all the way in the air so little. So I thought, well, when they're going to be 2 or 3 in the plane because it can be so little when it's in the air. When I enter that team, my man, the thing is so huge. I said, the thing will not stay in the air. The thing will fall down. Look, when that thing pick up and everybody lay back, I yell. And then the guy who was sitting next to me, I grabbed his hand. I was shaking, man. It was so embarrassing. And then he felt uncomfortable. He felt uncomfortable. He told the air hostess that he's uncomfortable and I'm not acting right. And so because I was in, economy, they took me to first class. They took me to first class. I was sitting right behind the pilot just to make me comfortable, to calm my nerves. And I told the air hostess they were very nice by doing that. They took me to first class. I was there by myself where I can kick my feet up. And I had TV in front of me, and they put me right near the window. And they gave me a small camera that I can take pictures to remember that day, and they were very nice. And I felt like, damn, that's real customer service. And then you don't know until you come to the United States. And then when you get to the airport and you see, first of all, when the plane land, the jet bridge is attached to the terminal. So you're not even getting down, man. You enter the terminal and you're in heaven. You can't even see one trash can. You can't even see one trash. I mean, even the trash cans are all nice and neat. People are clean. You see these homeland security guys. I used to call them policemen. You see policemen, my man, jet the man for in plastic. The man knew. I say, what? The police though? Damn it. Then you see dogs. Dog, what we can eat. I see dog then coming smelling people. Oh, you mean dog and all that police? You see police on a dog. I said, dog, that police? Damn it. So, a lot of things, it was hard for me to process it, my man. Even coming on the freeway, for me, when my parents picked me up, to see 8 lanes, that was mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. And then in the house, we live like in the suburb, so you see squirrels, you see deers coming out. And the other time I was trying to, think that I'm gonna, please my parents, because I wanted to catch the squirrel. I was sneaking up to it, I was trying to catch this. What are you doing? I said, damn. So because you can see the girl behind the house, like, I just want to catch the squirrel so that I can, surprise y'all. They said, don't do that. You're going to get in trouble if you're catching all these squirrels or deers and herd them out here. But yeah, it was quite funny. I remember I came in the winter snow and I was sitting down to my window like this, just waiting for the snow to hit, because my parents was telling me, you should come with jacket, you should come with this, you should come with that, because it's cold, it's snowing, and the snow is ice. I wanted to see ice falling from the sky. That was so unbelievable. So don't tell me ice can fall down from the sky. So I waited patiently after a day or two, and the snow came. I went outside, and you see the powder would drop, and I said, "But Mom, you said it was ice. This is not ice, it's powder." She said, "Wait until tomorrow morning, and we'll both find out." And then in the morning, it had frozen, and it was real ice on the ground, and so unique, man. Just love it. Yeah.
Check us through. I would say when you got there, were you somehow coerced in terms of because when you come from the kind of a trouble area, sometimes you get good deal of help. Do you help in terms of people trying to find out, did anything go wrong in your head? Did, what happened and whatever? How would say, like me here, that what happened to me, I went through a series of questions from the first doctor I met and whatever, and from there I got to receive counseling, regardless whether I physically took part in the war or not. But the fact of the matter, as a young person growing up in the midst of civil war, you must see something that will remain with you, and you have to get help. How was it like? Did you get help at the first hand?
Yeah, at SOS, I did have all the help, and like I said, the counselors there, some of them still work there. They were like very
You
extraordinary
already
help.
started receiving counseling from SOS in Liberia before even going to America. Wow.
Yes, every 3 to 6 months, everybody go for counseling, routine counseling, and then where the counselor will, they will look at your progress, how you. I was doing good. I wasn't suicidal. The only thing was I was trying to fight for everybody. So the only time I would go see the counselor every week, because that means I said something to somebody older that is termed as rude, or I fought somebody, I jump on somebody who is bigger than me. They will beat me up, but I see somebody bigger beating a little person, and I would jump them to fight. You're gonna beat two of us. So I was always seek the counselor for stuff like that. And I just and the only reason why that derived from me seeing people helpless during the war. That's all I wanted to do during the war, to fight for people who were helpless. But I couldn't. So whenever I had a chance to, I did. I did it in a house that I was growing up in. When I see one of my brothers, buttering somebody who is younger, taking advantage of their strength or abusing their power and think they're all strong and they can just do whatever they want, I jump them and fight. So that was my thing. I had to work on, and one of the things the counselor was trying to help me on is understand is that some of these things is just gonna happen. They are part of life, and I was taking things too personal. If I see somebody who is disabled, I put myself in that position of being disabled. And then once I get myself in that mindset, I'm already angry. I'm already angry for being disabled. And second of all, you're taking advantage of that person. I see myself in them. And then that's when I go nuts. So yeah, I did a lot of anger management classes. A lot of anger management counseling.
Let's take a very short musical break. When we come back, we will talk more about his career, and he's going to tell us more about his career as well. All right, welcome back to the Max K Talk Show. Tomorrow we'll have Ambassador Kamvi Adams here, one of Liberia's top gospel musicians. She will be our studio guest. Next Monday we'll be in Kenya, of course, broadcasting live, and of course by Wednesday we'll have the former chairman of the TRC, Councillor Jerome Verdi Jr. He will be here live on the Max Kpakio talk show next Wednesday. We're talking about the TRC, the peace and reconciliation of Liberia, and of course the quest for the establishment of war and economic crimes code for Liberia. A lot will be covering with the former chairman of the TRC, Councillor Jerome Verdi. But welcome back. We have with us our brother, aka commonly known as Christmas. I think the name resonated hugely when he took a banner to the United Nations General Assembly. That was a great step forward, taking back this young man. We understand you passed through the army. Why you already told us that yes, something made you to actually to say, well, I want to do this, I want to do this. But how was it like when you went for the enrollment, and how was it through before going to take your first mission, and where did you go for your first mission?
Well, so joining the Marine Corps, like I said, you know, I give a lot of credit to SOS because that's all I know. That's home for me in Liberia. So SOS have one of the best schools in Liberia. So when I came to the United States, there's a test you have to take called the ASVAB. That's a very challenging test, man. The test is very, very challenging. I said because it's challenging because I struggle to pass. Yes, I sat the test and I failed the first time. I refused to allow my failure to determine, you know, to determine my future. I know this is my chance. I'm in America now. I always wanted to be a Marine. Well, you're in America now. You're sitting in front of the test that can make you a Marine. And I failed that test. I went home. I studied my butt up. I studied, I read and researched, study. And I went back again by the grace of God. I passed the test. Enlisted in the Marine Corps, passed all the trainings, and enlisted in the Marine Corps. When I got to boot camp, it was crazy. Woof. I didn't see that coming. So I struggled in boot camp too. Because now, you know how I saw U.S. Marines to be all nice and sweet and they are just loving people. When they came to SOS that day, that was just great. And then when I came to America, the next U.S. Marines I saw were the recruiters. The recruiters are nice guys. They would tell you anything to join the military. They was very sweet and soft. Say, yes, this is what I want to be part of. As a soldier or as a Marine in the military, you don't have to be a beast or an animal. But boy, when I went to boot camp, that was a whole different ball game. The reality of a Marine show up right after you get off the bus. First of all, you arrive to boot camp midnight. It's a tradition where you will go there midnight. It's an island. I went to Paris Island. Midnight, you will not see how you're entering because 10 minutes away from boot camp, from Paris Island, everybody will have to bend their head down between the legs. You cannot see, you cannot look up. The curtains in the bus will drop. You cannot see how you enter in that island because only two ways you're going to leave that island. You either die in training or you graduate.
Wow.
Yeah. So they don't even want you to see how you even get on the island because you're not leaving. If you try to leave your jet, let's say you go and jump in the swamp or in some kind of river and kill yourself. But either, like I said, you die in training or you graduate. And I went there. Boot camp was challenging. I held on to faith. My family was very supportive. Like in boot camp, people who want to be a Marine, you definitely going to need your family and friends. I'll tell you that much. My family wrote me every day. They encouraged me. There were days I was ready to give up, man. I said, man, I tried. I tried. I came and I saw this is not just working for me. I tried. And boot camp was set. But my family kept writing me, kept praying for me. I got all the support in the world. My friends was there by my side. I received letters every day. And even if you receive letters, like you only have so much time to read those letters. And I thank God for everybody who supported me through boot camp. And I graduated. And successfully, yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you. Are you proud of yourself?
I cried like a 2-year-old. There's something called the crucible. So doing boot camp, the whole training is tense. They expect you to quit. They know you're going to quit, but they will not let you quit. So a lot of people, even me, I must admit, I throw my hands up. I say, I quit. I'm done. Can't do this no more. And they're not gonna baby you, man. They will push you to your limit. Many days in boot camp, I broke down and cried like a 2-year-old. And a lot of people cry. So you see a lot of people cry. So you don't feel ashamed to let that anger, that pain, that frustration out. Where anything you do is not enough. And you are just being trained to be a killer. Like you are being trained to be a killer and kill without remorse. That's the training of Marine Corps boot camp. Every Marine is a killer. Matter of fact, the nickname for Marines are killers. Okay. And some of those training are so mentally, it will mess you up mentally, man. And when they transition on you, when you're going through that transition from a nice civilian to literally a war machine to a killer, the transition is painful. It's painful. And after that transition, so the last 3 days before you become a Marine, it's called the crucible. Now in the crucible, everything you've learned over training, everything you've done, you go in the woods. They will take you in the woods for 3 days. No sleep, less food, and less water. During those last 3 days, it's the only time they will let you quit if you want to. So imagine you've been training for over 100 days. You've been pulling through. The last 3 days, that's when they will let you quit if you want to. And then you look back over those 100 days, you say, man, if I can pull through those 100 days, I'm going to pull through these 3 days. It's 3 more days, 72 hours. That's when you see all of us who in training, you see everybody giving everybody a helping hand. When you see somebody falling, you pick them up. You see somebody giving up, somebody spring. They teach you how to bandage wound, when somebody gets shot, how to tie, how to like laceration, whether it's a spring or break, we know how to give all those, do emergency treatment for all those things. So we help each other along the way. And then that, when it's like 3 hours or 4 hours away from being a Marine, boy, that final match. You see some poor folk can break doing a crucible. Like a lot of people folk got broken doing a crucible, but me, I get a high African boom. And by the grace of God, I pull through. But my man, the thing I tell you, doing the crucible, all the time doing training, you are not a Marine. You are a recruit. You are not a private. That's what the difference between a Marine and the Army and other branch of service. If you join the Army today, while you're in training, they call you private. In a Marine, when you join training today, you go boot camp today, you're not a private, you're not a Marine, you're not a human being, you're not even an animal. You're not worthy. You're nothing. You're only worth a major flush. That's all you're worth. You're nothing. And you're not even regarded as one. You're nothing. And from day one of the training, you will see main people who you see some guys, man, you'll be thinking like this guy is just from hell. He's just one angry look, my man. But that last day, the last few hours to becoming a Marine, when they confer that title on you, they'll give you something called the Eagle, Globe, and Anchor. And then this is the only emblem Marine carry. This is the Eagle, Globe, and Anchor. The Eagle, of course, represent, United States sitting over the world. United States control the whole world. And then this whole world here means that we Marines, we fight in every land, in every land, in every climate. Anywhere on earth where people can take a gun, Marines fight there. And then this, the anchor you see there is our naval tradition. It means that Marines will fight by air, by land, and by water. This right here signifies that the Marine Corps was born through the Navy. And every Marine is a swimmer. Every Marine fight by water. So in Liberia, I never used to swim, but I came here. In the Marine Corps, you're swimming in 3 hours. You will swim. If you don't want to swim, you will swim by force. Yeah. But yeah, the training was very intense. By the grace of God, I pulled through. And then on that day, when the guy who was mean to you the whole training, he looked at you in a very nice and gentle voice. Shake your hand, say congratulations, my brother. The first time, he will call you Marine. Man, that day I cried. You listen to this man who will call you a piece of shit. This man who will call you a dunk. And then he come and shake your hand. This man who tell you don't worth shit. This man who he come and shake your hand and say congratulations, Marine. He called me Marine? Man, I cry. From that day, they will not yell at you no more. Because you're all brothers now. You're all Marines. You're Marine. Even though he trained you, he's maybe a sergeant or staff sergeant or gunnery sergeant. And when you graduate, private or private first class, whatever, but rank don't matter. You're a Marine just like him. So at that point in time, if he yell at you or disrespect you, he can get in trouble. for hazing. So right after that day, that Eagle Globe and Anchor laying in your hand, and you earn that title Marine. In life, in death, you are Marine. You can get in trouble in the military, they can take your rank from you. Maybe you also say a sergeant, they can bust you down to corporal, lance corporal, they can even bust you down to private. You can get in trouble, they can kick you out of the military. They can strip your uniform from you, because when they kick you out of the military, they'll strip the uniform from you, they'll strip everything from you. But that title of a Marine, that title, nobody can ever take that title from you, not even the President of the United States. That's the only thing that Marines proud of, the title of a Marine. You can hear former soldier, former this. The only time you hear ex-Marine, that means he died. That's why the X stands for expired. But you see somebody who served in the Marine Corps 50 years ago, somebody who was in the Marine Corps for only 6 months, but he's still a Marine, and we respect him for such. If you can make it through boot camp, because in boot camp people commit suicide, people kill themselves, a lot of stuff happen there. Yeah, so we proud on that.
You retired now?
Huh?
You retired?
Yeah, so I got medically discharged. So I graduated training. I got deployed to Okinawa, Japan, where I was for 1 year. I was stationed there. I was supposed to be stationed there for 2 years, but I was there for 1 year and change, and I was getting prepared for deployment. And during my first combat, like I said, I was about to go to combat. During my first combat deployment training for combat, I dislocated my shoulder. I fell from a height, and it was not a pleasant sight to see. I was in the hospital for like 3 months, and the doctor recommended I get medically discharged. So yes, I'm medically discharged. I didn't complete my enlistment, but at the same time, I didn't quit. Stuff happened in training, and I had to go. Medically discharged. I could not, continue anymore. However, I'm still a Marine, and I'm proud of it. I get to live my dream. Why I didn't stay long on active duty, but I got to live my dream. Not a lot of people get to live their dream. I am a Marine. Some people wanted to be nurses, today they end up as teachers. Some people wanted to be accountants, today they end up as plumbers. Not everybody get the chance to live their dream. And so I thank God for the opportunity to have me live my dream. And through all I've been through, being a Marine is my highest achievement.
Well, I must admit here, to be honest, I think you have a lot to give back to Liberia. You have a lot. What you went through, how you handle it as a child, how you actually end up accomplishing such that this, brother. I say bravo, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You got involved. You got involved in advocacy. Like I said at the beginning, I saw you standing in the middle of say New York or so, and a placard was shouting out, "I want justice for my people. I want justice for those that they killed. I want justice for those babies that never had a chance to see the daylight. I want justice for that pregnant woman who was opened. I want justice for that man who was beheaded right before his children. I want justice, and I still want justice." Those are the words I was listening to you that day. I didn't want you to stop. I just wanted you to carry on. Why social justice? Why did you get involved?
Well, I got involved because, in Liberia, it seems like only the politicians can change the system. So like I said, I always wanted a way I always wanted to stand up for people who cannot stand up for themselves. That's something that's been embedded in me since childhood. So at the age of 15, 2005, President George Weah used to come to SOS to play soccer, to go practice there. So when I hear that President George Weah was running for president, and on his platform, he wanted justice. At the age of 15, I could read and understand. He wanted justice. He wanted war crimes court, that people who killed my brothers and sisters' parents, he wanted to bring them to book. I jumped on the CDC train since 2005. I used to jump over the fence and go campaign. I never missed any of CDC rally. And I felt like George Weah was not the average politician. Matter of fact, he's not somebody who you can trick. He's a soccer star. He's a peace ambassador. And he understands that the only way to get genuine peace is through justice. President George Weah will bring justice. And finally, I want to see my SOS brothers and sisters, because that day when the war crimes court should come, trust me, a lot of my brothers and sisters will be there to go to court that day, to look at some of these perpetrators in the face and say, did I really deserve this? You know, so I supported CDC. In 2011, you know, it didn't happen in 2005. 2011, again, I was on it. I refused to be on the sideline. Christmas is not somebody who sit on the side and watch other people do. I could not do much in CDC because I was going to school all the way in Bumi, on Bumi Highway, Poor River, Zion University. So I became the CDC battle cry chairman, Zion University, Chapter 1, because I just didn't want to sit on the side. When President George Weah graduated with his bachelor's degree, and he was coming to Liberia in 2011, we printed a banner, CDC Chapter 1, Zion University. And the school president told us not to put Zion logo and CDC logo on our banner to make it look like Zion supports CDC. Don't put Zion logo on there. But guess what? We put it there anyway. And we rigged suspension. By the grace of God, I wasn't suspended though, but yeah, we rigged suspension. Some people got suspended, especially the president, he got suspended, and other guys who were top, they got suspended. But at least I was fortunate and I escaped that. And so when President George Weah didn't make it 2011, I still knew that this is the only man that can bring justice to the Liberian people, and I'm not going to give up on him. Because if I give up on him, then I gave up on my brothers and sisters who, many days in SOS on the cry, I gave him a hug, and I told them that one day justice will come, and I hug him and I show them. If I give up on him, I give up on them. And if I do give up on them, that means I gave up on my mom who missed her brother every day. She cried every day until she died. And then if I give up on her, then I give up on myself. So I refuse to give up on myself. I refuse to give up or give in. So I supported President George Weah even 2017. But then I was stationed in Japan, Okinawa. I will be standing watch with my rifle in my hand. When I see people on Facebook, I will call on Facebook, I will debate the issue and propagate CDC agenda for justice. If you go back during the election time, go watch all President George Weah's speech during 2011, 2017 election. You're not hearing one time talking about road. Matter of fact, he didn't even go to debate. So all that we citizens were pushing was his passion for peace. And because we were pushing passion for peace, it's easy to note that peace comes only through justice. So we was propagating to the Liberian people that this man got y'all. You understand? People used to call here to Japan and say, I'm talking politics, I'm doing this, and in the military, you're not supposed to be, you know, getting involved into politics and all this stuff. People will not see it as advocates, they say get involved into politics. And President George Weah took power in July. And I still support that CDC from January of 2018 all the way to July or August. August of 2018. August of 2018. When President George Weah called for the opposition meeting. He called to meet with opposition political parties. Where Benetta Yure asked him about war crimes court and justice for the Liberian people that he promised 2005 and 2011. Even up to 2015 when he was running as a senator. He ran on the platform of justice. 2014. So for President George Weah to look at Benetta Yure and other opposition leaders and say we are all families. You can't prosecute. It's hard to prosecute for war crimes court right now because we are all family. Let's put it behind us and move on. For me, that was a low blow. For me, that was a stab in the back. For me, from that day on, I know that you cannot trust African, at least, I would say you can't trust all African politicians, but at least you cannot trust Liberian politicians no more. It's about time I stop putting my confidence into politicians and some mere man who's just looking for a way he can get rich off the Liberian people. And President George Weah stopped me and many other Liberians in the back that day. When he said we all families, it's hard to prosecute crimes. Let's move on with families. And I said to myself, no, we're not. No, we're not. I bet you if President George Weah is going to tell the Liberian people that we are families 2005, he was not even going to come close. What he got in the election of 2005 and 2011, he was not even going to reach that close if he was going to tell the Liberian people about being family and not prosecuting war crimes. That's when I decided to step up for myself and my people. that even if war crimes court don't come, my friends who I promised when I was a child, that if I could do anything to bring justice to you, I will. By the grace of God, I am. I decided to step up and take it in my hands. I stopped trusting politicians. That's when I took up to the streets of New York, August 21st. And since that day, I've been very vocal. Matter of fact, President George Weah, I see him now like an average politician who will tell you everything you want to hear just to get a vote. And that's selfish. And as a man, sometimes you have to say what you mean and mean what you say, even when there is a consequence. And so I step up to demand justice for the Liberian people, to demand justice for what I went through mentally as a child, emotionally. My birthdays, my Christmas, and everything that was stolen from me, there are people who still live in large after causing, casualty on the Liberian people. The same politicians, not the Liberian people, the same politicians awarded them with fat jobs and big political office. And some of these people who are voted and elected into power, the Liberian people voted them because of fear. That these people are so power greedy, if you don't give them power, we'll have to go back to those dark days. Where's the politician that can stand up for the Liberian people and say, no, that's not true? Matter of fact, all those who did this nonsense, they're not even eligible to run.
Yeah.
But today we see them rubbing shoulders. That's when I decided to stand up. I'm not a politician, but I am an advocate. And I'll keep pushing. With God being my soul helper, I will. Even if I should die before war crimes court come, or if war crimes court would never come, at least I said what I meant. And I meant what I said when I said I'll stand for justice, or I will fight for justice when I have the power to. Now I have social media. I'm out of college. I think I'm, by the grace of God, I think I'm outspoken. I'm very intelligent, and I think I can propagate justice. I think I can rally a campaign. I think I can rally a protest, and that's what I've been doing. We did it. I work with the Fradika brothers, Miss Yasendi, and a lot of Liberians across the United States, and I staged a protest against the president at the United Nations General Assembly, a successful protest, where we turn up in numbers, people who I didn't give a dime, they only believe in what I was saying about my ideology, and they show up that day. And that day, CDC, the government of Liberia, were paying people money to go stand and clap for the president. And we didn't pay a dime. We didn't pay nobody. Where CDC were renting buses to take people out there to clap for the president. But people flew, paid their own way, rented their own hotel to go and demand justice. That just says a lot. That really motivated me. And I'm going to keep on keeping on.
All right. His name is Sailey, of course, commonly known as Christmas in many platforms as well across Liberia and in the Liberian community. All right, this is it. I respect people who respect me, and when you respect yourself, then you will respect others. And not on every platform. This platform is different. My shoes are on all of my platforms. When you come here, you don't behave the way you behave on other people's platforms. If you want to stay on my platforms, you will be educated and you will learn. But if you come here with any preconceived notion of avenging your anger on either my guests or me or or the rest of the people that are following, will take action against you. Forever and ever on social media, especially Facebook, you will never ever come across my materials. And I'm going to start right now with somebody on this platform. So Kenneth, you're going to be blocked, and you're going to be blocked for good. All right. I don't take languages, any kind of languages or to use on my platform here. Okay. Let's come before we come to the conclusion. You and I met. We met in Liberia. We talked. We went. We met on a CEO platform when we were debating the war crime code issue. You met many people, many Liberians, and you took photos with many people. But one particular photograph that you took was with Senator Prince Johnson. And I was in Liberia on social media, especially Facebook. People started commenting and whatsoever. I came back and started seeing people stay trying to talk about it also. How did you handle this? Because some people said they were not happy based on what they saw you doing in New York City, based on how you've been putting things forward or so. How did you handle this photograph issue? Why did you take the photograph the way you took it? Because in one of it, they say, oh, you were smiling too much for the man and whatsoever. Take us through. How did you handle it at last?
You know, sometimes, have you ever laughed for fear of the future? Have you ever laughed one of those laughs that insinuate fear? And first of all, I understand the anger of the Liberian people, especially those people who believe in my advocacy. But that laughter said so many things. I just want people to just calm down. Sometimes it's hard for me to calm down too. But I want you to calm down and think. Have you ever laughed in fear? I have. And yes, like something really scary you just make one of those who say drop it laugh. Sometimes it's hard for me. You know, to show some confidence. I laugh. Well, it wasn't a whole laughing thing aside from just like me and you sitting right now. I asked Senator Prince Johnson. And like I said, growing up as a child, I try my best to be respectful, but the only thing I'm afraid of is fear itself. So to meet Senator Prince Johnson, I wasn't scared. Because like I said, I feel like I want to live long to raise my daughter. I love her so much. I love my wife too. But I've lived my dream. So even if God should call me home today, when the roads call up yonder, I'm ready to be there. Because I know the only time will leave this earth, there must be an empty space in heaven. And God only takes the best. And when that day reach, He will take me home. But to say I'm afraid of man, I only respect people, I'm not afraid of people. So I did something that a lot of people would not do. A lot of people was afraid for me to do. To meet somebody who is a notorious warlord, notorious killer. Meet him face to face. Stare at him. And in some cases, laugh in his face. You know what it means? Somebody who causes casualty, pain and inflation against you. And you can look at them and laugh anyway. Psychologically, I think I was winning because that's a low blow to him. That laugh says that I'm not a victim. Because now, that happened to me when I wasn't old enough to fight back. Now I'm old enough to fight back. I'm not going to fight back by throwing punches. I'm going to fight back with consistent protests and petition. I'm going to fight back by demanding justice for you. And on that day when War Crimes Court will come, you'll see me in court and I'll be laughing again. But I did, to be honest with you, he asked for a picture. He said, can we get a picture? I said, sure. So his photographer was taking a picture and I was like, we shook hands. And then he said, but my men were fighting. He made a joke. And then that's when I laughed. When I laughed and then the camera went off. When the camera went off, and then I asked for a copy of the picture. Of course, I have to let my followers and the Liberian people know that I'm messing with Prince Johnson. The only way I could do that was to show some picture evidence. And that was the only picture I have. I would have been a hypocrite to say, can I get another one where I do my face like that? But I want the Liberian people to understand. Sometimes laughing says a lot. Even crying says a lot. Everybody who cry, they don't cry because they're sad. Some people cry because they're happy. Some people cry because they're not sad. They are mad, really angry. That's why they cry. But people who really believe in me and my advocacy, they didn't take that personally. People who you saw running, oh, he was laughing with another Prince Johnson, he saw that he took. These are people who has always been there to undermine me anyway. So anything I do becomes like this person who are right here. I can't see the comments from my end. But if you bring that person on right now and say, why are you insulting Christmas? What problem do you have with Christmas? Nothing. Have zero problem with Christmas. But only because we disagree on this whole CDC, I don't hate CDC. I'm a citizen. I only saying CDC should hold true to what she ran on. CDC should hold true to her promises of justice. That's all I'm saying. Somebody will hate you just for that. You bring on why you hate Christmas. President Joshua, I fly the Liberian flag. I flew the Liberian flag too. I fought on Liberia national team for 2 years. Do you understand? I fought abroad prior to Liberia. I was supposed to fight for Liberia during the Olympics of 2016. But by then I was in the military. And besides, the Liberian government was not willing to support me anyway. They said I should spend my own money and go to the Olympics. I wasn't trying to do that. But I represented Liberia so well. All I'm saying is, President George Weah and politicians, our generation will hold them accountable to their promises. So whether this election or next election, even this senatorial election that coming up next year, we are watching, we are listening to people campaign promises, and we'll hold you accountable. I don't care whether I campaign for you, I voted for you. If you get power and authority, and you're going to give me 360 and turn up on me, well, we're going to be on it again. I'm going to get in the street for you, and I will get on the social media, on the radio, every way I can to hold you accountable.
Christmas, before
Yes,
you got to Monroe, before you got to Liberia, you know, you did that, you know, the advocacy that went viral before you went to Liberia. Did Prince Johnson ever know that you were the one?
Yes.
How did the meeting came up? How did the meeting come about? You requested for the meeting, or you just bumped into him?
The meeting came about through Mike Jabate. Mike Jabate know me. Mike Jabate, he and Prince Johnson cool. So he told Prince Johnson, oh, the Peking who was in New York doing the protest, he's here, but he's my friend. So Prince Johnson said he would like to see me. Prince Johnson said he would like to see me. So I dodged few of the meetings, like two of them. I dodged it and I bounced on him on one of those days.
What was the initial reaction from your heart? Boom. Prince Johnson want to see you.
Yeah, one of my friends started calling people and asked them, what do they think? Should I meet him or should I not? Somebody said, don't meet him. Or they said, I meant shake Cheido here. Make it enter Cheido here. Cheido went America. He laid on the X-ray. The people can see the make it in the X-ray, but they split Cheido here open whole day. They do surgery. They can't find the make it. And then I asked him about that. He said, the people lie. He said, today, I haven't seen Cheido. He said he was coming from Nigeria and Cheido was trying to ambush him at the airport. And then that's when he told Cheido, I'm going to Nigeria. I will go back to Nigeria. So that means he could not even get out of the terminal. He got back on the plane on the next flight and went back to Nigeria because they were trying to catch him when he got out of the terminal. So he stayed in the terminal and went back on the next flight to Nigeria. But he told Cheido, I'm going to Nigeria. And you can go to America. But one person will come back as cargo. I said, what does that mean? Like, did you go to Nigeria and play voodoo or you kill him or whatever? He said, no. Because I know I'm a changed man and God got me. So I know that the grace of God was going to fight for me. The grace of God will fight against anybody who fight against me. And Cheido died. He said he didn't even get to meet Cheido. He don't know him. He don't believe in medicine. Maybe that was during the war, but he's so born again. And that's not true. So however, when I was going to meet him, I said my little prayer. I said, well, God, it's you who know all about me. Or what I would die peacefully, that's all in your hand. Hello?
Now, we're still on Prince Johnson. People still want to get more. Did you ever heard of Prince Johnson before the war, when you were growing up? Did you ever get chance, maybe through your parents, to meet Prince Johnson also, or it was just after the war?
That was my first time meeting Prince Johnson. I've seen him on TV, I've seen him on YouTube, in the newspapers, but my first time to meet him face to face. That was me looking at fear. Like I said, the only thing I'm afraid of is fear itself. So when I saw Prince Johnson that day, you know, to be honest with you, I was a little nervous though. I mean, don't say I was a little nervous. But I didn't put the fear on my face. So that's why you see me, I was smiling and try to, you know, get in that posture of confidence. But yeah, I was nervous. I was really nervous.
Did he express any concern about your advocacy? Did he express any concern? I don't know whether you saw that video.
He did. He did. He did. He explained things to me. He said people was killing the Nimbadians. He said he fought the war for 9 months. He said that it's not true. Nobody can point out one time to him that he proof that he killed civilians, like, you know how the whole war crimes is about genocide, crimes against humanity, and war crimes. He said he did not kill any civilian based on religion, a tribe, or gender, or for whatever reason. He said he didn't kill anybody like that. I said, but you kill people. He said, yes, I kill people. I said, who did you kill? He said he killed his own boys because he said when that was during wartime, there was no time for military court martial and all that stuff. So he was living with a set of code. Don't violate human rights, because he know he has a person that one of these days, if the war should be over and he survived, was going to come back. He said he saw a day like this coming. So he told all his boys, no ripping. A lot of these girls in here, they're looking for men anyway. A lot of these girls in here trying to survive. So they don't mind Jermaine being a rebel boy. But they say you will rip somebody using the power of your gun. He said that was zero tolerance. Anybody who he just, rape somebody, they met their creator that day. He killed them. So he killed a lot of his boys who thought that they could use the gun to rape people. He killed them. So I asked him, he said he killed a lot of AFL troops. Yeah, because, you know, the AFL was fighting and the AFL could not overthrow his group. And later he ended up overpowering the AFL. They started burying their gun and started running. So I said, if you say people was killing your people, like President Du was killing the Nimba people, does that mean you were killing the Crown people, killing his people too? Because you know how his people is the Crown people and your people is the Nimba. So were you killing his people? He said no. However, I was killing people who was fighting for him. So he killed Crown people, but people who had guns were fighting against him. Now, mind you, I was not in a debate. I was asking him questions and he was responding. No. So everything he told me, that's what I'm telling you. Yeah. So I was not in a position at the time to say, oh, you lie and this is that. And whenever we talk, he would bring a book. He showed me the TRC recommendation. He brought a big book. So he said he killed Crown people, but it was people who were fighting for dope. He told me about how he met Gaddafi, how he and Charles Taylor met, how he and Ellen Johnson Sirleaf met, and everything that happened, and to them coming to he and Charles Taylor breaking off. He even told me about the death of how they call the musician, Tecumseh.
Tecumseh Roberts.
Tecumseh Roberts. That he didn't kill Tecumseh, it was General Varney, his deputy, the one who was next to him, that killed Tecumseh. And even the TRC report is there. A journalist who was on the scene, a journalist who was on the scene documented that he witnessed the whole thing. Prince Johnson invited Tecumseh Roberts on the base. And then Prince Johnson received a call. While he and Tecumseh were playing music, he received a call that, you know, the rebels was approaching, or the government troop were approaching, or something. And Prince Johnson had to leave to go launch an attack or to go set an ambush. So he told Tecumseh, I'm coming back. So while Tecumseh was there, he and the other rebels were playing music, General Varney came in and said, Tecumseh, what are you doing? Look at the gate. What are you doing? He said, man, don't talk to me like that. Okay, don't talk to me like that. I'm sick. He said, no, you're not. You're not no dancer. You come from screwing in your behind again, and you came here to get my boy's ace. He said, man, don't disrespect me. I ain't Prince brought me here. Prince asked me to kind of follow play me, so don't disrespect me. Who are you talking to? He said, if you disrespect me, I will tell Prince. And then General Varney said, okay, you tell Prince, or you and Prince meet in heaven. He took out his pistol and shot Tecumseh right there 2 times and killed him. And then I asked him, I said, so what was your reaction when you got back? He said, I was mad. But my group was so big that Varney had a huge population that was loyal to him. So have I gone after Varney? My group was going to split. But I expressed myself to Varney in the very strongest term, but I could not kill him. He said, but somebody else is going to kill him. But I could not kill him. And even when I was expressing myself to Varney, I had to do it behind closed doors. Because if Varney was going to feel disrespected and Varney was going to decide to break away from me, I was going to lose the war. He felt like he won the war. He said he was going to lose the war. So that's why he let it happen. However, he paid a tribute to Tecumseh Roberts. Tecumseh Roberts' son used to go there and chunk rock over his house and knock the gate and throw rocks. And then so one day he told the security to let him in. He let the guy in, Tecumseh Roberts' son, and then he had a scene conversation with him and let him know how his father died. He even showed pictures. He got a picture of him and Tecumseh Roberts. He showed pictures. He got a TRC book and the journalist's revelation about how Tecumseh Roberts died. and I read that part too. You know, so you know, a journalist who was there and said that he didn't kill Tecumseh. I asked him about Walter Allison and Grady Allison. He said he didn't kill Walter Allison either. And Grady Allison, he said he was, I think he was IMPFL. What was his group? MPFL, IMPFL?
IMPFL.
Okay, so it was MPFL.
MPFL changed up. The main body, when he split up, it became IMPFL.
Yeah, so it was MPFL who killed Grady Allison and Walter Allison. He said Grady Allison and Walter Allison was already condemned to death by the court. They went to court. They were found guilty for murder. And they killed one policeman, put the policeman blood in bucket, and there was a search warrant issue. And the search warrant, Grady Allison house found a white bucket with the policeman blood in it, and the policeman was murdered. And there was the whole Harman thing. Ritualistic killing at the time was very rampant. And President Doe received a tip that Grady Allison is trying to overthrow. So President Doe disgraced Grady Allison. Grady Allison, at some point in time, he went to court with shower slippers. That's how as powerful as Grady Allison was, President Doe reduced him to nothing. So he said when he hit the jail in Bella Yala, some jail that Grady Allison was at, he broke that jail and everybody ran free. He set everybody free. But however, he wanted Grady Allison because Grady Allison was working for Doe. So he wanted Grady Allison to hopefully that he could get some information from Grady Allison. But he didn't get to lay hands on Grady Allison, but however, he got Walter Allison. So he was asking her, but where was the whereabouts of Grady Allison? And she said she don't know. And then he was asking her about that ritualistic killing that happened. And then she said she don't know. That's when he slapped her. He said, yeah, he you know, he beat her up, but he let her go. When he let her go, she got captured by MPFL, and MPFL killed her. He said if I would have killed Walter Allison, I was going to tell y'all, I will tell you I killed her because she was already condemned by the court anyway. He said.
So yeah. Let's see. Since we got on it 9 more minutes. The campaign continues, and you are back in the States. The campaign for social justice continues. Mm-hmm. Are you going to change the way you started since meeting Prince Johnson? Are you going to calm down a little bit on Prince Johnson based on what you heard, or are you still going to stand?
The answer is no. I'll still stand firm for War Crimes Court, but the only reason why you see me not talking about Prince Johnson much, people say, "Oh, he has sold out," because I understand that the only person that can bring this thing, not Prince Johnson, is President Weah. Yeah, it's President Weah. So let's forget about the Prince Johnson, the Ellen Johnson, President Weah. If President Weah is the problem. These same guys who fought the war have accused him of soliciting funds for the war, supporting the war. If you do that to me, if I'm trying to protect you from justice and you're going to come and say, I'm part of the war, with the kind of temper that I have, I will bring the justice. I will bring the War Crimes Court so you can prove to the Liberian people how I supported the war. The president is mute. The president having come out to debunk that statement. It's only the turning what we consider the turning sedition there. When the president for war, the president is a peace. I'm not even saying the president did. All I'm saying to the president is, you ran on the platform of justice for the Liberian people. Mr. President, be true to what you say. I still want to give the president benefit of the doubt until otherwise proven in court that the president did not take part in the war. The president did not support the war. So that is my real frustration. Then why don't you give the people justice? It is one thing if you're protecting yourself from justice. Like Manan Salif. I'm a sedition. We campaign against Manan Salif. We told Casket against Manan Salif. We demand justice. Like we was on Manan Salif back. And I understand why Manan Salif could not bring justice on herself. Yeah. But now we have a president who's supposed to be hands clean. What's the hold on now? And then you're going to say, oh, we are family. No, we're not families. We're not family. We're killers. We're not family. If we are family, you'll not be attacking Yaka Koloba only for asking you to declare your asset. We're not families. We're not families with people who inflicted casualty on the Liberian people. And more than that, even these people who are stealing from government and building mansions and palaces, we are not family with you. The day is coming that you'll be excommunicated and be brought to popular ridicule. The day is coming. We're not families. So that old, good old Liberian idea where you can just go and hurt people and rape people, children, and murder somebody, and they say, I'm counting the part of how to talk it, that's nonsense. And you know this president was peace ambassador under Manan Salif. He accepted that job.
Yeah.
This president was supposed to be a peace ambassador. There was money in the budget for him, for that job. This president did not hold one town hall meeting. One town hall meeting the president did not hold to bring peace. One town hall meeting. I challenge any turning sedition. Show me one town hall meeting the president had since he held that position as peace ambassador. You think that a peace ambassador will go from counties to counties, try to reconcile the people, have conversations, use your rather than use your popularity to accumulate wealth, and think that the turning sedition will protect you? How about you use your popularity to go visit the hinterland, hold town hall meeting when you're a peace ambassador? We won't even hold if the president did not propose $1 billion in the House. Now, if you was going from county to county, from district to county to city, holding town hall meeting will say, yeah, the man was busy reuniting the country. That's why he didn't have a chance to put a bill on the table in the House. This president did not hold one town hall meeting. So the whole idea of this president, even when the peace ambassador from UNHCR, again, it came as a result of fame. What is one town hall meeting the president hold, even when he was peace ambassador for UNHCR? So this whole idea, the president get a country hat, that president have frustrated me, and I don't even have a defense for this president. I'm not going to sit here and insult the president or disrespect the president, but I know it's going to sound disrespectful anyway, because me being a young Liberian guy and speaking truth to power, especially to somebody who older than you, is rude. If that is rude, call me rude then. Call me rude. Print a certificate and give me that title. You understand? And I'm gonna keep asking this. That's why when we even met the president at the president residence, the president refused to recognize me, because even the president know me. The president know me. The president know my face real good. Especially when me and Vendetta Patriots were to Sailey, people in this government, people like Nathaniel McGill and the likes of them, Molu them, they was Kpakio is strong, good job. That lady is bad, this and that. You understand? They were in great support when me and Vendetta was protesting against Sailey in Washington. But the very next day, we was in New York, staging another protest against the president of Liberia. They said, oh, Chrissy, the Marine Corps messed me up. But when I was going to Sailey, it was okay. I was strong. I was Kpakio. But no, now the next day, I was in New York against the president. No, then I'm crazy. But you know what? I got news for you. Everywhere this president go in the United States, I will be there. Even if I can get a notice last minute to time. If it comes for me to walk from here, Washington. If it comes for me to walk from here, Florida, that is like 32 hours drive away from me. Everywhere this president go in the United States, I will organize a protest against this president. I will organize a protest against this president. So meanwhile, in Liberia today, my brother, you see, look at rape, my brother. In Liberia, just cases that made it to the newspaper. Over 10 cases that made it to the news. Not all these rape cases made it to the newspaper. Not all the murder cases made it to the newspaper. You see what I'm saying? But just the few that made it to the newspaper. This person did not even come up to stand with those victims and their families. The country is small. In this big United States where we have billions of people here, the president of the United States can still stand up for victims and family from time to time, especially when it hit the news. You saw the Trayvon Martin. When it hit the news, President Obama made a statement. You saw the school in Newtown. When an active shooter went there and killed people, it hit the news, the president stood with the victims and families. You have small people, 4.5 million people. When things like that happen, our country is so little that even if one family is affected, the news goes like wildfire. Look at the floor. When the flood took place in Liberia and people were homeless and misplaced, the president didn't care because he ride jeeps, he ride trucks and Hummer. The city mayor don't care because he accumulating work too overnight. Nobody cares. And these are the typical African politicians. These are the people I stand up to and say, I insist that we are better than that. I demand that we are better than that. And they're going to treat the Liberian people better than that. I refuse to come to Liberia where I have to be afraid of my friend because I feel like me and he don't have the same opportunity to compete and I'm going to get robbed. I refuse to go to Liberia where I feel like somebody going to kill me because they're jealous over me because of some because I'm from America or because of this. I refuse for people to be taken advantage of. The system should work for everybody. Right now, the system is not working for everybody. People are getting murdered by the day. During Manasolic time, the LMP was a Manasolic police. Today, under President Joshua, the LMP is a CDC police. What kind of nonsense this is? When are we going to graduate from this? And some of these guys, people like Patrick Suru, are people who've been police officers for the last 30 years of their life. So how come they understand the fundamental principle of policing, but because African politicians are so corrupt, they refuse to be independent or they will lose their job.
Yeah.
Because the Patriot today applied the principles of policing, he will lose his job. You see, when Emmanuel Chavez went to Liberia, the stage of protest, Jefferson Koji, Musa Din, who been a lawyer for over 20 years. Musa Din, the justice minister, Jefferson Koji went to question Musa Din and the police director. Why will you allow people to get in the street and protest without permit? Who are you? What do you expect Musa Din to do? Take machine gun and kill people for protesting without permit? When last CDC acquired permit to protest in Liberia? You think people are stupid? Or you think the war been over 15 years ago? Liberian people have not forgot. CDC was just protesting yesterday against Monosolid and Totin Casket. What's your damn permit to protest? Even the election law states that there should be no political gathering. When we got shot and killed that day at CDC headquarters November 7, 2011. In violation of election law. What was CDC defense? The Constitution said we have the right to peacefully assemble at all times. Election law is only a statute. The Constitution is the mother law of the land. So the Constitution overshadow any damn statute of election law. That was our defense. But the same Constitution still stands today, though. So why are you telling Musa Din, who is Jefferson Koji anyway, who is a college dropout, to tell a system lawyer? But you know what? I don't blame Jefferson Koji. But that's what happens when people like Musa Din compromise their integrity in all they have worked for over 20 years for some few bucks. Or just, Musa Din, I believe you have seen some big bucks before, but just because of power. I want to be justice minister, so you're taking notes that Jefferson Koji is supposed to question Musa Din, that Jefferson Koji is supposed to question Patrick Suru. But again, this is it. This is where we are at. When people were injured in district number 30 after Jefferson Koji led thugs over there, no investigation. Because it was a city mayor involved, because it was a CDC city mayor, not a Liberian people city mayor, not a Morovia city mayor, no, it was a CDC city mayor involved. So the police could not launch an investigation. In any civilized society, Jefferson Koji would not be mayor today. So therefore, that pattern of violence and impunity led to editorial leading thugs. Just like last week to Yega Koluba Children Party, and children got injured again. No investigation. And it will keep happening again, and again. That's the culture of impunity. That's what happens when you put a bunch of thugs and incompetent people into power. Just because they chanted the loudest battle cry for you. The president really want to pay Jefferson Koji off for chanting battle cry? Why don't you send him to school and better him up to come back and serve the country I believe he loved? Why must he be a city mayor when he have never worked before? Why must he be?
Wow. Okay. Sound young man. Sound young man. Young man who wants to see Liberia moving.
Today the city is very dirty.
Hang on 1 minute. Let me for those that are just coming and asking. This is Christmas Sailey, or when Sailey. Many of you saw him last time. He's on the Max Kpakio talk show this afternoon. Our time is just about 6 minutes left, but let me take this short musical break for the sake of this show. Let me just do something quickly, and we'll come in for our brother to wrap up.
We are
days or olden days, before people used to come in from different countries to buy their things. Oh, today we're running away. Christmas, it's been fascinating having you on the show, and I think a lot of people who are following with keen interest. Are getting a lot they got a lot from you, including myself. I'm hugely proud of what you've been doing. You're a trend in life, and where you are right now, and how you still want to push things. I adore you, and I envy you somehow as well. So in a positive way, I envy you in a positive way.
I understand.
Yeah. Let's come as we come to the end of the Max K Talk Show for today. There's a planned protest. I bought my ticket already. There's a planned protest for the 6th of April in Monrovia, again, Liberia. It's all about the same trend that we started. We stay pushing the bandwagon that we want the establishment of war and economic crimes. Because we still want to give respect to those that they buried in mass graves or so. We still want to remember them. They are part of us. What are your plans in terms of the continuation of the awareness raising, and of course ensuring that indeed this particular quest continue to live on? What are you planning next? How are you going to be doing your advocacy also? And is it worth it that we should have another one like that, which is planned for the 6th of...
Oh my God, it really do worth it. The march on the protest on April 6th, for those of you who are watching, the protest on April 6th, I was a child, I was only 6 years old. But April 6, 1996, when Liberians had the mattresses on their head, children died that day, people died that day. Liberians died that day. People were running helter-skelter. And some of these killers who were heroes, when they were coming, we were running. They are still around today. But guess what? On April 6th, we will remind them. So it's April 6th. So it's over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So I think it will be 23 years this April 6th. 23 years after April 6, 1996. So because it's 96, 2006, 2016, yeah, it's 23 years. You know, so I hope Liberian will show up. This time you will not be running with mattresses. This time you will be marching with banners and placards. Because we, the children of yesterday, 1996, people like me was 6 years old. People like some people who watching, they were 10 years old. They were only minors running for their life. You have the chance now to march and look at those people in the eye and frighten every day they go to bed. Let them go to bed knowing that today could be my last day sleeping in a comfortable bed. Let them go to bed knowing that today could be my last day free. They should not live in peace. I know they have all the money in Liberia today, but let them have the money and still be miserable. Make your voices heard. The gun have been silent, but the war is not over yet. There are some people who are still fighting this war mentally, emotionally, psychologically. There are some people who are not born handicapped, but today they are handicapped because of that war. To them, the war is still fresh in their memory. There are children today who did not get the chance to grow up with their parents because of their war. It's still fresh in their memory. Because every child deserves a father in their life, and there is no one like a mother. There are people who did not get to experience growing up with a father or mother or both. So you need to be out there that day and be their voice. Whenever there's a rally, I say, rise up. Y'all against this? This is not political. This is the right thing to do. Our generation, President Joshua is 52. Give him 20 years from now, he'll be old and sitting there in America. Our generation, we have to preserve democracy, or else I'm afraid about our future. But in order to preserve our democracy, justice has to be the bedrock of the foundation of democracy. If our justice system does not work, if it is not strong, our democracy will not last. To all my fellow Liberians who are listening to me, some of you way smarter than me, some of you way hardworking, courageous than me. But look at where you are at today, especially those of you in Liberia. Some of you have to kiss people's ass in order to get a meal a day. Some of you have to go and chant battle cry out there. In some cases, you compromise your integrity to survive. I insist you are better than that. Our generation is better than that. So rise up and claim what you rightfully deserve. That is respect, fairness, justice, dignity, and the rule of law. You deserve to be protected in the land where you were born. You deserve to be protected everywhere on earth. You deserve to have the fair share of the worth of your country. You deserve to have a playing field to compete with your peers. You should not have to kiss nobody else. You should not have to be a politician. You should not have to be a part of a certain political party to have a fair shot to compete. I insist we are better than that. And those of you today who maybe because you have kissed ass or you think kissing, you're comfortable kissing ass, I still want to remind you that you are better than that. Because one of these days, we are the young people, we are the custodian of history. The day is coming when we will put pen to paper. And hopefully history will remember you kindly. For all of you who are standing out, I say history will remember you. And to all the adults, especially those in political position, power, and authority, remember our generation of young people, we are the custodian of history. And history will not remember you kindly. Thank you for having me.
Really, it's been a pleasure. A big pleasure having you on the show. It's been very educative, very, open-minded, and whatever we got from you, many will benefit from what we got from you, and it will continue to benefit many people. Such materials are not material that we can get thrown away. We make sure we keep them in our library, that people will continue to listen in the future. We thank you, and we just want to bless God for having you as well as a Liberian, a proud Liberian, not just a Liberian, but proud Liberian. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Whatever you're planning to do, especially for Liberia, whether it will be for kids, for older people, share the message with all. Some of us will be able to chip in as well. But on this note, we want to say thank you for your time.
Take my leave, I'll just have to close up with one thing, please. If you look at this card right here, this is my voting card. You see there, I'm a Democrat, right? But regardless of me being a Democrat, I protested against President Barack Obama. When President Barack Obama was in support of abortion, there are some principles in life that is more than politics or political party. I stand on the principles that life begins at conception, and I'm against abortion. I protest against President Barack Obama. Does not make me less of a Democrat than any other Democrat. I'm a registered Democrat. So to my fellow citizens, just because you stand up for something that deep in your own principles, your own moral principles, it's wrong. Even if it is CDC that is doing it, stand up for it. History will respect. Even your friends who are criticizing today, tomorrow, they will respect you. Earn your place among your friends by standing up on some good principles, stand on some principles, and stand on some values that are more than jobs, money, fame, or personal ambition. I will close on that now.
Thank you very much. Do have yourself a wonderful, blessed day, and hopefully we'll get back to you in the near future again.
Thank you so much.
And have a blessed day.
All right, bye everyone.
All right, that was our own brother, our son, our uncle as well. Oh yes, it's always great to have some brilliant, smart people on the show. Who can talk not off their head, but who can talk sense, And thanks to all of you who have been on the platform. I do sincerely apologize. It's not called in our show actually. This is a guest show, so whoever is calling. On this note, this is how we're going to end the Max K Talk Show. Thanks to all of you for your time here. Tomorrow we have Ambassador Canvey Adams as guest. Here we'll be talking about a career in the gospel music and a lot more. On Monday we'll be going to Kenya. Our guest will be from Nairobi, Kenya. On Tuesday, we'll be going to South Korea. Our guest will be from South Korea as well, Liberians. And on Wednesday, hopefully, we'll be having the former chairman of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission of the Republic of Liberia, Councillor Jerome J. Vodio Jr. But until then, we shall be back this evening on the print news review, where we'll be looking at news and development in the print news, especially that are published online. Thank you so much. God bless you. May God bless the continent of Africa. And above all else, may God bless Mama Liberia. I am out.